Hey guys, I hope you are well. It's Colleen Gallagher here, and I was just going on my morning walk. As you guys know, I love my walks. It's like a whole vibe in itself. And I always, when I'm walking, I have like these thoughts that I'm kind of working through, or these like revelations that are kind of like dropping in through my mind into my body, which is really important because as we're in this time of transition in the world, we're moving from a space of people being like, well, I read this book and the book said this, the book said to do this, the book said to be this, or the podcast said to do this, so I did it, but the result didn't happen. And that would be because we no longer in this world are just living in a mindset space where what you think in your mind or what you say to your mind is enough to receive a result. It's actually, are the thoughts that I'm thinking in my mind, is the mindset that I'm existing in, is it dropping in to my body? And is the life that I say that I so badly want, am I embodying that version? Am I really like the embodiment of what that person is? So if you say you want to be a business owner and you have, okay, I'm going to do the mindset to be a business owner. I'm going to look at my money. I'm going to hire a bookkeeper, or I'm going to, I don't know, make this product or white label this product or whatever all the things are. If you're doing e-commerce or if you're doing, online mentorship, if I'm going to do a course or one-on-one coaching, or if you're going to make like health, like skincare products, like all this stuff. Like, it's nice to have the mindset. You can easily do that, but you will still hit a block. You'll still hit you'll still plateau because you're not fully embodied in what it is that you want to share, want to teach, want to lead, want to co-create with the universe. As we're kind of in this time of reemerging, we've been in this time of reemerging kind of trickled throughout the world, and some places are, closing back down, all the things. But my third book, An Uncompromised Life, comes out in 2 days, and I'm going to come back to how this all relates, but it comes out in a couple days, and I'm so excited. Like, it was one of the deepest challenges looking back on my life to write this book. It was, even though it only took me 4 months, like the pain that I went through to write this book, you guys, like I remember having my little headphones on, like my podcast headphones, if you guys have seen them. And I would have like these ocean waves on, and I would be writing and writing and writing. I would literally be taking my body out of myself back into the time that I was betraying myself, like in this thing, and just going through it, like having to walk myself through my own life actions was so, wow, just incredibly painful. But it was so beautiful because it's birthed this beautiful book and this beautiful story of my daughter, and just so many things. So I guess what I wanted to come on and just share is that, first of all, buy the book. If you haven't gotten the book, go to Amazon or go to Target or go to Walmart or go to Barnes & Nobles, any of the things, and go buy the book. But the next thing that I really suggest or share or say is everything is really a frequency. The reality you're experiencing around you is because of thoughts and actions you're taking that you may not even be realizing you're taking. And that, in essence, is consciousness, is becoming aware of the unaware, which technically you're in this game forever of bringing the unawareness into the awareness, because it's like a video game. Like, there's always new levels to it. And this book, An Uncompromised Life, is so special because it literally goes through like understanding how your body is a vehicle to house your soul. And you have soul contracts, so you have contracts that you're here living out in your life. You have, hey Amanda, you have oh my gosh, that's so loud. You have contracts here in this life that you are living out unbeknownst to you. And so when you meet people like your neighbor, when you meet the person at the coffee store, or even when I'm on my walk, I have my walks every morning, and there's this guy and we always walk at the same time, and he walks his dog. And I say dog, and there's a dog right by me. every time that I do this, I see him, and this has been like, I don't know, a year now. And, you know, we have a contract in place, this man and I, where he plays a role in my life that I see him on my walks. He's gotten me like pepper spray before. Like, he always says things, and I play a role in his life. Now, it may be a very small role, but it's still been a year and a half of time, 18 months, that every morning I see this man. That doesn't seem like a big part of my life, but that moment of 18 months compounded, that's a lot. It's a lot of time. And so I go in my book, An Uncompromised Life, like how to really understand time, how to understand soul contracts. Like, why are you meeting people? Why are you experiencing the experiences you're having with people? And how do you understand them in a more expansive way? I also go through karmic debt. So I don't believe like karma, like you do something and something comes back. I believe that we have a past lives that we've experienced. Our soul energy can never be created or destroyed. So our body literally can just channel different energy, and it's up to us what we want to channel or what we want to unawareingly channel. And so, I mean, think of it like we're a conductor, basically. It's like a car, you know, like anyone can drive your actual car, like your actual vehicle. Like, it doesn't matter. Your car's still going to function. But how do you want to drive your car? Do you want to actually go and get it washed? Do you want to be present when you're driving? Like, there's so many ways to think about this energy of how you can channel energy. So in this book, I describe what I call karmic debt, which is basically understanding that your soul, the energy that you've lived through in the past, carries a certain karma, carries a certain frequency. And when you intertwine yourself with other people who have karma, who are more unaware than you, who have done less developmental work, they would be pulling from your good karma, and you would be receiving their negative karma, and you're going to be the one that has to deal with their negative karma while they're receiving and manifesting and multiplying off your good karma. And not that there is no good and bad. It's just a lower frequency, higher frequency karma. So if you are someone who's predominantly a high frequency person like myself, you're very creative, you're always doing things, everyone always wants to come with you, everyone wants to hang out with you, everyone wants to be your friend, you have a high frequency. And so when my clients come in, right, into my space, you automatically are going to start receiving the frequency that I receive, the frequency that I cultivate, the frequency that I meditate on. Where if you're someone who has a little bit of your life is always painful and traumatic, and I used to be there, so I get it, you know, but I did the work, you're going to have a little bit of a denser frequency because you're still channeling from an energy of your past lives that is unhealed, and you're walking around, basically, it's not invisible to those of us who are clairvoyant, but you're walking around with chains on you that's leaving you dense. It's leaving you like shackled, basically. And sometimes there can be dense frequency and high frequency, and you need to cultivate a relationship or co-create it, because there's a beautiful experience that's meant to happen for both of you. And so in this book, I really dive into the aspect of relating and relationships and making sense of why certain relationships played out the way they did, or how to move into a more expansive state with your mindset around just peace and forgiveness and beauty, and seeing that everything holds beauty, and everything, even your worst perceived things, you know, have just the most beautiful opportunity for you to see a different way. And so I talk about that in this book. I also talk about generational lineage, and I talk about how we carry 7 generations behind us, and we will impact 7 generations below us. So this is interesting. I was really, one of the principles in this book of living an uncompromised life is called letting go. It's still to my day, my hardest principle is to let go. It is my hardest thing, because I'm someone who's so attached sometimes to moments in time. So when I experience the most beautiful moment in time with someone, I get very attached to that moment. I get very attached to wanting to experiencing it again, and how do I multiply it, making consistent. And so it's challenging. And so this generational lineage, I talk through, like, how do you really understand what patterns have been put into you from your lineage, the DNA, and what can you do to break the cycles for the future, for your present. And it's inspiring when you begin to think things like that, when you begin to go like, wow, I have so much power to like change the downstream of my DNA. Like, it's just incredible. And then I just talk a lot of things about, in this book, I give you 12 principles of really what it means to fall in love, like what I've experienced, and not just with the person, but really fall in love with life. But my chapter, I do have a principle called Falling in Love. It's my favorite chapter in the whole book. It's just one of the most incredible feelings to fall in love. It is. And sometimes falling in love is very messy. It's challenging because you have to remember someone has a whole life infrastructure and you have a whole life infrastructure. And when you fall in love, you have to learn how to navigate and merge those worlds. And sometimes those worlds won't create a sustainable relationship. And that's what makes it painful, is because you feel this deep sensation for someone or this deep experience when you're with them, but you know that it can't be forever with how it is in the now. But that means that just the best is yet to come. So anyway, I had so many revelating thoughts, I guess, on my walk. What kind of went in a lot of different directions in this live than I thought I was going to go, but that's perfect. So what I recommend is make sure to get the book. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Walmart, Target, or if you want, I do an intuitive channeled poem or love note to you when you buy it from my website. It's signed for me. Everyone's different because I tune into your energetic field, your energetic frequency, and I write exactly what it is your energetic field is desiring to hear, to be opened into the reality you're desiring to experience. And then if you're listening to this and you want to go deeper into frequency, living a lifestyle career, understanding digital marketing, really setting yourself up for just a life beyond your wildest dreams, I highly recommend to message me to be a private client, so that way we can co-create some experiences together for you to rise to divinity and truth and expansion, and really begin to understand that the external world, you can do all the things. You can move across the world to New Zealand like I did. You can move to Singapore. You can move to Bali. You can do all of the things. But the truth is, until you actually tune inside of you to receive the frequency from a higher power, which is your soul desiring to communicate with you and cultivating this power, this divinity, this excitement, really cultivate this sensation that's pulsing you out of your body, you will never truly be able to live a life that you love. So anyway, please get the book. Message me if you want to go deeper in your life experience and healing your life and living a life with frequency and magic. Because you guys, I knew how incredible my life was going to be when I made this decision that I made in December of 2019. I couldn't have even imagined. I couldn't have even dreamed. I couldn't have even fathomed what my life had in store for me. And I know it's always just beginning. So I love you so much. Please share this, comment, and make sure to get the book.